So Highland Grows Podcast. I'm Shane.
I'm Glory.
And we're here with
Beauty School Dropout.
Bardo, Coley, Beepus, and Colton.
Oh yeah. There are some questions say about the upcoming album. Where did all the butterflies go? So congrats on that, by the way. How do you guys personally feel about it since at the time of recording it is not announced yet?
Oh man,
Stoked.
very stoked. I think it's a huge departure for us. We've matured a lot, I think, since the last time we've really put out a body of work. And so I think the music is going to represent that.
Hell yeah. Well,
Damn straight.
we didn't get to hear the full record, but we got to hear the single that's out, as well as the single that you guys are putting out alongside the album, and they're both ripping. I'm digging
Damn
it, especially
straight.
Fever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you
guys
so much.
You're welcome. Hell yeah.
So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Oh, a whole lot of meaning. Yeah. I mean, I think the phrase itself just came from getting to a point in life where everything felt a little bit lackluster, no matter how exciting it was, and really having to peel back the layers of why that was and how to get past that feeling, or to get those feelings back, I should say.
Yeah.
So is that the overarching theme of the record, is exploring that thought process of like peeling back the layers and trying to figure out why things aren't so exciting?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in the same breath, all of the extreme things that I or we have experienced trying to find those feelings again.
Makes sense.
Gotcha.
Excitement for life.
And we're just curious where the butterflies went.
Exactly. Where the
That's
hell
fair
go?
enough too.
The
I'm
hell?
trying to figure that out.
I've been seeing a lot less lately.
Exactly.
Conservationists.
I did see my
Yeah,
first
very
one of the
true.
season yesterday. I was very excited about that.
It is butterfly season.
It
Damn
is.
straight. It's about time.
And any meaning behind the cover art?
Just, an artsy butterfly.
Fly on its way out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So
course.
can you guys tell us a little bit about the writing process for the album?
Last year, we had been touring like nonstop in 2023, and we were working on our music that was coming out then, like while we were on the road. And I think we just wanted to actually take time off from the road to just write music and make an album. And so we took the whole year, wrote like 100 songs, and then chopped that down to 14, and got in with Neil Avron at the top of this year and recorded the album like a old rock band, I would say, is like the best way to put it. Like we got to like really dive in and just have like the childhood dream experience of recording an album.
Damn straight. So you said 100 songs to 14. What was that process like? Did you guys take polls? Did anyone do like any presentations on this is why you should pick my favorites? What was that process like?
Like wrestled for it,
Oh, okay. Like WWE style.
Well, yeah, like a
Yeah.
cool.
I put my Rey Mysterio mask on.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It's just kind of like honestly a long process of just like a shootout. You just listen to everything and then you go. A lot of them are pretty obvious. Like when you're making songs, you're just like, damn. Sometimes something comes out one day and you're like, but that doesn't cater to the album. You kind of gotta just look at everything really honestly. Like, is this what you want to present when you're presenting this body of work?
Yeah.
I
Makes
feel like a
sense.
lot of it came pretty easy though. Like I think by the time we had actually gotten to the point where we needed to kind of American Idol out which ones weren't going to make the cut, for the most part, I feel like we're in full agreement on the ones that we landed on. I think there were a few stragglers that we were like, this is why I want it, our selfish reasons. But aside from that, I think it was a pretty easy process for us to eliminate what wasn't.
You had that a cappella song, right? That you were kind of pushing for.
Oh yeah.
It didn't make the cut, but it might next album.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Revisit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. So what song off the album took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
I feel like they're all kind of the same. We just kind of like go in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you define as writing? Because there's a lot of songs that like the finished product. Writing, it kind of takes an afternoon.
Now I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Was there anything that took we write pretty fast. I mean, I guess for context, we write and produce outside of just VSD too, like daily. And so I feel like the writing process is actually the fastest part. It's more so the finishing the arrangement process and like the fine details in the production, which took the longest. And I think
I got an answer for this. Fever took the longest. It was like the first one that we wrote for, I guess it was the catalyst for the album.
Okay.
It had gone through so many revisions to just end up going back to kind of what the demo was, and then we finished it with
day one.
Yeah.
But we tried making that song better, quote unquote, a million times, and the day one demo was the sauce.
And now it's a single.
Yeah.
The longest for nothing. We literally did nothing.
For no fucking reason.
That whole length of time was doing actually nothing to change.
Yeah.
Where did all the butterflies go? That's the metaphor.
Still looking, yeah. And personal favorites across the board.
Madonna.
Madonna.
Adeline.
Thank you for being original. Jesus.
Original and different. Wow.
Now, Madonna's this song. Is this out yet?
Well, the
The
track
album?
list is out.
Okay, track was out. All right. So Madonna's this song that I think was like, oh, this is cool. But then as we finished the production on it, we all realized this is the song. I think we kind of, it was the song we're like, damn, I really wish this was a single. But
Mhm.
now we're telling you to go listen to it. Treat it
Yeah.
as a single.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
got me excited for Madonna now. So had the track list for your album come about, did you guys write the opener be the opener, close be a closer, shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
It was the very last thing that we did. In fact, we were pretty back and forth, I think, on what we wanted. You know, it's been interesting. A lot of this process has been like us discussing what we discuss and then getting to a point where we're like, we're not getting anywhere. Neil, what do you think? And then Neil's usually the one who comes in and is like, yes, no, shut up. That's it. And that was
Yeah.
pretty much exactly how we got what we wanted out of the track listing too, in the sequence of it. Like we had kind of thrown around a couple ideas and, you know, had our personal opinions, but he's just such an amazing ear, man. Like he really is just such an insane compositional talent and just a crazy talent across the board. And I think that we all trust his opinions and his executive decisions when it comes down to the crunch time decisions to make calls. So
Gotcha. So he's
Yeah,
just, he became the fifth member of the band for this.
Basically.
literally.
He's the adult in the room.
Sweet.
The adult in the
Hell yeah,
room.
keeping you online.
But when you guys were thinking about the track list, was it ultimately just like the vibes and making sure everything had a nice flow?
We put everything into buckets. There was sexy, driving, which is aka fast, and heavy. And we basically had 3 colored note cards and we put them all up on the wall and we just arranged it that way. And kind of like what tells a good story, how do you want to, and this album is really meant to listen from start to finish. And
Yeah.
and we just kind of like what tells that story and what there's even sonic like lyrical themes they're actually kind of like put in certain places, you know, because it's not like a rock opera by any means, but
It could be.
it could be. You could say that this is American Idiot.
Yeah.
You could say that.
That's a
lot of
bold thing to say.
Guys, that this is American Idiot. We're going
American Idiot.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
And would you guys be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating the record?
Oh God.
Oh.
This is good though.
You know what? In the writing process, fucking terrible. And I think that lent itself to the prompt that is, where did all the butterflies go? That was honestly a question that came to me towards the end of the writing process. I don't even think that was like a thing that I had thought of until way, way, way deep into it. But then by the time the new year rolled around, we started the production side of everything. Everything was, I think we were just way more excited about where things were headed and how things were going. At least I can speak for myself. Like I was way happier going into the production process.
Yeah,
I was
I
excited.
know when we started writing the album, I actually fucking didn't even want to be in the band anymore. I fucking hated going to sessions and just like I mean,
that kind of literally is where this all came from. Like we really, I think, got to a point where we were just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? And I think there's a lot of nuances and context that add to that, which we won't fully dive into, you know, but like we just got pushed to our limit as a band. And I think we had folded on a lot of creative decisions and compromised on a lot of things that just didn't feel like us. And we got to a point where we were just like, why? What's the point then? Like, what are we doing this for? And I think through that and kind of, yes, this loose question of like, where did all the butterflies go? It really became this process of like development and us really taking our power back and really just being like, okay, no, like we're going to do this how we want to, when we want to, whatever we want to.
I almost feel like we had to convince ourselves that it was okay to do it our way.
We brought the fun back into the band.
Yeah.
I feel like the last 2 years, like low key, like we've like rekindled our friendship at the core of the band. And so it's been a lot better.
I
and,
feel like
fun.
we're like more a family now than ever, which is great.
In the club, we all fam, you know?
Damn straight. Damn straight. Mhm.
And another thing to add to that too is like as emo as this all sounds, like the whole thesis that we had going into this was like, how can we make rock music fun again?
Mhm.
And not just like heavy fun, but like exciting, electric, like could be passable for clubs even, or going out in nightlife or doing things that's not just like sulking in my fucking bedroom. And it's like that I think sonically has lent itself so much to where this album has landed. And I think the contrary of that is the emotional side of a lot of the lyrics and a lot of the experiences that we've dealt with getting here.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That
Well,
is wonderful.
it's great to hear that you guys are stronger than ever going into this record. That's very exciting. Yeah.
I've been jumping rope, so I'm glad you
Oh,
guys.
yeah, yeah.
Look at that. So how do you guys recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should do them in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is workout album, party album? What do you guys personally recommend?
Upside down. Just headband.
At a party though.
Yeah.
Upside down
Upside
at a
down
party.
at a party.
Headstand.
Oh, okay.
But that's a
Walking to a
good question.
headstand.
I actually really like that question. Where would you listen?
I feel like this is getting ready for the party.
Yes.
That would be good. Getting ready for the
Mm.
party would be good. And then honestly, driving to the party
Yes.
fast, but safe. Don't go too
Reasonable
Speed
amount of
limit.
speed.
fast. Tell you to-
Pushing the speed limit.
Some
Yeah.
tracks driving home for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's
Okay.
There was some when we were early demo process for all this. Chloe and I were going to Vegas randomly, and we just drove out to Vegas, and we left at like 10 p.m. And we were like, it takes so long, and so we're like driving out to Vegas, and we just like played all these songs, and we're just like fucking ripping it. We're like, damn, this is like the perfect driving album. All the songs fast. That was the fast bucket, the driving bucket, you know.
Yep.
Mhm, mhm. Hell yeah. All right, sounds good. And this one should be super, super quick off top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 12 total, no more, no less.
Ooh,
Mhm.
I'll go first. Driving, sexy, heavy.
He
Damn
took,
straight.
He took the buckets.
Easy.
Oh, electric.
Okay.
Fun. And euphoric.
Ooh, good pull.
I'll do mean,
Mhm.
nostalgic, and how about sweet? It's a little sweet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
super sweet.
Was it live?
Okay.
Fast
Mhm.
and brooding.
Those are good.
Damn,
yeah.
okay. All
Great
right.
job. And in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
Excitement.
Yeah.
Hopefully excitement for life, whether that's been missing or already there. I think we just, again, to reiterate, want this to be something people can have fun to and have something to look forward to, or give them a reason to look forward to whatever is happening in their life. It's kind of like an answer to the question, if you will.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. And are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments during the creation of the album, positive or negative?
A standout positive moment was getting to work with Neil Avron for sure.
Absolutely.
He like shaped most people's childhood in the rock space with
Yeah.
what he made. So that was definitely a highlight.
The whole production process really was exciting because I guess for context too, like we would go work at his studio every day, and then they would prepare like a nice fresh home cooked meal for everyone, and we would all sit. So it like kind of almost reminded me of being in school or like summer camp again as a kid, whereas like we'd go in, we'd do a little bit of the work, we'd sit down, really just like debrief, have some food, all get to share our stories and bond and whatever, foster our friendships, and then we'd go back in the studio and just keep crushing it. And that was pretty much almost 4 months of our lives, 3 months.
It's
of our
nice to
lives.
have a routine. Like our lives are like the least routine things ever, which I think is like actually crushing for mental health. And
For
so
sure.
to have 3 months of a very structured routine down to like when you're eating was pretty sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
That does sound pretty sick.
Not playing enough shows for sure. Been hiding away. I just want to play shows.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Oh,
Well,
you know what? Actually, another one, well, for me personally, is when we got back from our touring year in 23 and started this album, I discovered that I had a nodule, which actually played a huge part in me kind of discovering some of the characteristics and some of the voices that I used or created for this album.
Hmm.
And that was like a weirdly, it sucked, but at the same time was mutually a positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning into something good.
Absolutely.
That's straight.
So for this question, I want you guys to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What is your snack of choice?
Ooh!
Pickle, beef jerky, and the like healthier Gatorade.
Oh, the zero sugar. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Extra aspartame.
The I don't know if they have them outside of California, but Mela, the watermelon juice.
Okay.
Ooh, sounds like it fucks.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
fucking good.
Oh my
Either
God.
that or coconut water.
Oh, I love coconut water.
Or that mixed with, I just love donuts. I always be getting gas station donuts and
Mhm.
like a protein bar.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
The RX bar for sure. That's the problem is a lot of those gas stations don't have all the snacks I like, but I like RX bars, coconut water. They never have that. Kombucha, they never have that.
Shout out kombucha.
I end up going in, we're like in buttfuck nowhere, and I walk in, I'm like, ooh, a little snack. I leave with fucking nothing.
Nothing, man.
Air
Yeah,
is my choice.
Yeah, there you go.
God.
Unless it's sheets. If we're in the like, what is that technically Midwest?
Yeah.
Yeah, Midwest.
Wawa.
Oh,
Wawa, better than Sheets. Let's talk
Wawa.
about it.
Wawa is better than Sheets.
Yes.
toast sticks. The French toast sticks are
What
diabolically
about
good.
Bucky's
Yeah.
though?
Yes, all
I've
of
never
them.
been to Buc-ee's.
I've never been to Buc-ee's.
I've walked in a Buc-ee's.
It's pretty
That's all I
good.
got though.
I'm Italian from Wawa, bro. Get the fuck out, dude.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's so good. Mhm.
Yeah, that's pretty much anything off that menu is great.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
All right. There it is. Great. And on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Hot fudge sundae.
Okay. Tell me about it. Why?
And pie.
I would
Okay.
say omakase.
We would be. Oh, that'd be good.
We're like we're like a 10-course meal of just one piece of sushi at a time.
So
Puts you
little
on a
bit-
conveyor belt.
a lot of different personalities.
Yeah,
A lot-
Bardo's like conveyor belt sushi.
I am very convinced.
I'm like sashimi on
like everything. Beavis is Beavis is
That's a
Imagine
nice slice of bluefin toro with some ponzu.
a little
Ooh.
glass of warm matcha.
yeah. You are a little glass of warm matcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
All right, there
so
we go.
sweet. Hell yeah.
I am the wasabi.
Bardo is the wasabi. He's the spice. man.
Spicy.
Yeah.
And the ginger. I'm the fucking
Mhm.
the wasabi and the ginger. I just got-
Exactly. Palate cleanser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know if I'm
Oh.
but
He's the
you want to be a palate
No,
cleanser.
no.
So no, fuck that. No.
And for the last couple questions, going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Probably that omakase we just explained.
Oh yeah, sushi and sake.
No,
Chicken
that's sort of
sake.
a thing.
What?
He's really pondering his last meal.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like
Feast.
I remember when I was a kid, I watched a show and I think he wanted pancakes. And I thought it was so sad that he was on death row and he wanted like I can't answer this question.
For me, cilantro burrito, with everything in it, stuffed.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
What would you eat? Like
Oh no, you're getting close off.
It's getting
Really
existential
torn
now.
up about this. Yeah.
death row like freaks me out.
Yeah,
Like, this is like a
RX bar.
I don't
What's your favorite meal?
It really just is a fun way to ask your favorite meal because that would be really boring.
I understand that. My favorite meal I would say is probably a burrito.
Burrito? Oh my god, my death row meal is a California burrito. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Damn straight. Damn straight. And if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would live in
I live at the top of King's Landing.
I would live in King's Landing as a Lannister.
That'd be pretty lit. Do you get to pick where you're living in that world? Because I'm kind of
Yeah, why the hell not?
dip to the peasant zone.
Oh shit.
Living in the streets. I'm living in the castle.
Yeah.
You're in the
Why
shit
not?
Oh, the red key. Yeah.
Flea bottom.
Yeah, Flea.
We're all big Game of Thrones nerds, and we're
Yeah.
like as of late, we've just been obsessed with it. So
I would be like Drake and Josh's third brothers.
Hell yeah. So not Game of Thrones. Okay. yeah.
That works.
There is some Star Wars, honestly.
Star Wars. Okay. So
Yeah.
2 Game of Thrones, Drake and Josh, and Star Wars.
There's in Star Wars universe. Throw me in there.
Put him on Tatooine.
Give me a fucking lightsaber.
Ooh.
Shut up.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Damn
yeah.
straight. Damn straight.
And I've thought of asking the last question. Every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Black.
Black, baby.
Red.
Olive green.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna be really annoying to 2 of you. If I told you hypothetically I don't see black as a color, what would you like your second favorite color be?
Purple.
Is it
Red and
wait?
purple.
Isn't black
technically
all
is a
colors
color,
though?
Yeah.
Hey, black is all colors. It's technically a shade, which is like I just like to be a little
She likes to be the
Wait,
most
piss
annoying
baby
person in
about
the
it.
room.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
So what's gray?
A color.
It's a color.
Probably another shade.
One of the 50 Shades of Grey.
There you go. See,
There is 50.
there's 50.
I checked.
You counted all of them?
All 50?
They're all
Oh.
there.
Yeah, no red.
Red. Okay, cool.
All right.
So thank
Love
you.
it.
Yeah, we
Um,
should have all said red.
Yeah,
Why,
what are
wait,
we
guys,
doing,
come on.
guys? Come on.
Actually, you know what my favorite color is?
Red.
BF 2026.
That
Okay.
That's
color of red.
my favorite color.
Yeah. There you go.
Hell yeah.
That's the hex code. So
Exactly. Yeah, no, you got to get it right. You got to be specific.
that's the exact shade of red.
That's the BSD red.
All
That's
right.
great.
So as I said, that's all the questions to have today. Is there anything that you guys would like to plug?
Follow us on Instagram at bsd.wave, on TikTok, beauty.school.dropout, and go listen to our album, Where Did All the Butterflies Go?
And come to a show.
Yes,
That's where it all happens.
absolutely.
Come hang out
Yep.
with us.
That's where it goes down.
It
Mhm.
goes down in the BSD pit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you for silence, guys. We've been Beauty School Dropout, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.